Hello, everybody. We are back. Yes, we've been away for 2 weeks. Nice to see us all in the chat. But a lot of things have happened over the last 2 weeks, let me just tell you. But let's just say it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I've launched, obviously, 2 new channels since I've been away. We've got one on Rumble, which we will be covering politics and social issues and UFOs and conspiracy theories and all of that stuff. So if you haven't signed up to Rumble, please do and follow me on Rumble. And also, if you're a football fan, particularly a Manchester United fan, you can follow me on Noel the Red Devil. We got a Twitter account and we've got a YouTube channel. That's if you're into football. But let's get into all of this. So obviously you can see by the title of this stream, Begging for Money, Grifters of the Doctor Who Fandom. And why am I covering this topic? Well, I'm covering this topic because, well, the people that are actually begging for the money have an absolute cheek for begging for the money. These are the same people that have attacked me and others in the fandom for not liking a particular era of Doctor Who. Now, I'm not going to mention any names on this stream because you know they'll be listening and they're probably listening right now. And secondly, I don't want them to give them an opportunity to try and have the stream take it down. So we won't be mentioning any names on the live stream, but I will be telling you the kind of scenarios what happened, and then you can make up your own mind. But I foresaw this kind of grifting going on very early, actually, in the Doctor Who fandom. And it started off with 2 ladies who were in the fandom, who I won't mention, as I said. But these 2 ladies were going around calling Doctor Who fans misogynistic and sexist and all of this. Then when it came to time for them to because, you know, they were running this site, let's just say, and they needed a bit of money. So they decided then that they were going to, you know, start begging for money. So they put up a link that didn't originally work, right, with a photograph of them looking very seductively into the camera. Now, take in mind that these were women that were going around calling people sexist and basically saying men objectify women, but they had no problem objectifying themselves to try squeeze some money out of this fandom. Now, I exposed them before on Twitter, and we actually spoke about it before in the past here on the channel again. You know, as I said, you know, this has been a thing that's been going on a long time. Now, it's not just going on in the Doctor Who fandom. I've got to be fair. This happens in a lot of fandoms, but because I'm a Doctor Who fan, this is the fandom that I care about. And I don't like seeing fellow fans being exploited by these grifters. And that's what they are, they're grifters. Here's another example. One particular person puts up a photograph of themselves with Doctor Who merch, going, oh, look at me new merch, right? Then goes away the weekend, right? And then comes back and then has the cheek to ask people, oh, while I was away on my relaxing break that I would have had to pay for, something happened to my vehicle. So I need you to help me out with a bit of cash. So here's me Patreon. You know, here's me other links there so you can help me out. Right? Has this person not got car insurance? That's what I would ask. What are you asking for money for? Does your car insurance not cover whatever happened to your car? Right? And this is why I'm doing this. I think it's absolutely disgraceful that fans like that, especially who are in a privileged position. By the way, this person's in a privileged position. This person, you know, gets copies of Big Finish sent to them so he can review them. This person also gets free merchandise, along with the 2 ladies that I spoke about, getting free merchandise and stuff, and getting exclusivity and all of this stuff to conventions and all, and then they're begging fans for money. So this person goes away, their car gets damaged in some way, whatever, but you don't have car insurance. You're not a responsible adult. Did you not save any of your money that you've been making through your YouTube channel and your Patreon? Are you not actually a smart adult? And you know, did you not ever think that ahead and think that things like this might happen, so I might need to put a little bit of money away? Or are you just like all of the grifters in this fandom? These are all about spending every single penny that you get straight away. And then when you need actually money to help you out on something that really is serious or whatever, you don't have it because you've spent it all. I just think it's cheeky, right? And then we have another one, right, who's decided to recently speak up. And I'm not going to dwell too much on this because, you know, he's accusing me of having a vendetta. Listen, I don't have a vendetta against you. If I had a vendetta against you, you'd know if I had a vendetta against you. I don't have a vendetta against you. Yes, I was angry a few years back when you stabbed me in the back. But I've gotten over that. The problem with you is you keep bringing up my friends and keep picking on them. And you think that I'm not going to say that. And I told you already once before, you know, if you come after me friends, I'm going to say something. So if you just kept your mouth shut, I wouldn't be saying anything to you at all. But you decided to open your mouth, just like the other bloke decided to. And this is why I'm doing this stream, because the two vocal people that were criticizing a friend of mine are the two that are actually begging for money. Right? And these are the very same people. By the way, one of them has the same opinions as me and everybody else in the fandom. But when we were not of use of that person anymore, they decided to leave, which is fair enough, right? But for the last few years, they've been pretending, or they've kept their mouth shut and are afraid to give an opinion. We're afraid to give an opinion about the Jodie Whittaker era, because the people that they pander to, the people that they send my way to bully me and harass me and my friends, will turn on them. But they're the biggest grifters in the fandom, right? And one of them apparently has admitted. I've just seen the actual screenshots today, so I could say this is not alleged, it's actual fact. But one of them has a gambling problem, and one of them put up a post to ask their subscribers to help them get to Galley 1. Now, I've got to say, I live in a family that has had people with gambling addictions in it, heroin addictions and stuff like that, right? Addiction seriously, it's a heartbreaking thing to see from the outside, right? So if this person has admitted to a gambling addiction, right, and they've set up a link, right, for you to buy something off them, yeah, you don't be buying that off them. You're not going to help a gambler that way, right? The person needs help, right? He doesn't need more money thrown to him, right? And that's the thing. And Jordan Jackrabbit is right. I mean, he's done some artwork for me and stuff, and he's never asked for a penny, right? Watch me videos and please share them. It helps a lot, right? We've even had Chris on here. Noel needs a new computer. Let's all get Noel a computer. And he's hearing me. No, I don't want people to be doing stuff for me. You do enough by supporting me on this channel, right? Now, I don't look at. I'm not like these bigger YouTubers. I don't make as much money as they do, right? But I make enough money a month to help cover some of our household bills here, right? So that's what we use the money for. We actually use the money for things that are necessary to keep us going, right? And sometimes it is a struggle, But I don't come to you guys and say, here, I need you to part which is our money. I need you to help me out. Here's a link to me PayPal. Here's a link to this. Here's a link to that. But buy this. Or coming on with the sub story. And it's always a sub story. And by the way, as I said, I've noticed this in the fandom, not just our fandom, but other fandoms, especially the bigger YouTubers. Friends of theirs who are YouTubers as well that have huge channels, something will happen in their gaff or something like that, and then these big YouTubers put up a PayPal for them or whatever and say, here, help them out. No. He's making enough money. Jesus Christ, most of you channels make his money off super chats alone. And then he's got big views coming into his channels. Trust me, none of these people, by the way, need to be putting up PayPals or Patreon, right? If they run their YouTube channels properly and are making good revenue, trust me, they don't need to be set. It's just pure greed. It's just pure greed, it is. You know, I was toying with the idea of setting up a Patreon, and then I went against it. Because I said, why should I? We got the memberships here on the YouTube channel. That's another thing as well, though. These people setting up Patreons, right? And they've got memberships, right? And people pay to renew that each month or whatever. They choose how long they're going to renew for. So they've got revenue coming in all the time. There is no excuse. There is no reason for these people to be asking money to have their car fixed or to help them get to fan conferences. Listen, I haven't got 2 pennies to scratch together, right? I would love to go to conventions, but I'm not going to ask you guys to do it for me. I will wait until I'm in a better financial position to see if I can actually do it, right? And if that takes 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, I will wait that long. I just think it's absolutely disgraceful. It is disgraceful. These are the very same people that have been going around and sending people to harass and bully other people because you didn't like Jodie Whittaker, or you didn't like Chris Chibnall, or you're being over the top with your opinion. And then because they don't like it, sending people deliberately retweet me tweets, right? They say that I'm obsessed with them, right? Someone actually said the other day, right, that I was obsessed with all of them. No, you're obsessed with me. I've been away for 2 weeks and you've been at me for the last 2 weeks on Twitter, coming after me. Because I picked up for a friend, right? I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to drag all of this up. But for anybody that doesn't know that's not on Twitter, let me just say that someone that's been on this channel, right? RTD put up a post, and that person that we know went in and he gave his opinion. And I've made it clear, I don't necessarily agree with the opinion that person sent to RTD, but at the end of the day, that person had every right to do so, right? What RTD didn't have the right to do was tell that fan to F off, right? RTD deals with criticism all the time, right? He's the showrunner, right? He's a writer. He's going to get criticised, right? He should be the bigger person. Not open his mouth, but he did, and he told the fan to F off. So with that said, I put up an announcement, and I've told all you guys now, I'm not covering New Who on this channel anymore. This is why we're doing this stream today. I'm going to be doing other topics. I've already talked to Christian and all. We're going to be doing something different on here, right? Nothing's going to change. We're just going to be talking different topics. I'm done with New Who. I'm done, right? RTD had no right. I don't care what anybody says. He is hired, right? By the way, these people out here that we're giving out, and that one of the twats that we're talking about today that's asking for money brought this up, and this is why I started to say something about it. Because again, as I said, you bring up me friends, I'm going to defend them, right? Even if I don't agree with their opinion, at the end of the day, that person had the right to their opinion. RTD didn't have the right to tell them to F off. And what people are actually forgetting, right, is that RTD, yes, his production company, Bad Wolf, is running the show. but it's also in conjunction with BBC Studios, which means, i.e., he is employed by the BBC, right? Okay, he's still employed by the BBC. His company might be running, but it's in conjunction with the BBC. So he answers to the BBC still, right? Maybe not as much as he did when he ran the show the first time round, but he still answers to them, right? Which means if he answers to the BBC, he answers to the taxpayers, which means he answers to the fans and the customers. And this is what everybody, Friday Night Contact is not going anywhere, Nicholas. Friday Night Contact will be on every Friday as usual. It's just all the other streams that we were doing, we're going to be mixing it up a bit. But yes, Friday Night Contact will be back on Friday. I can't wait for that because we've been away for 2 weeks and there's loads to talk about, including the Flash movie, which I am very, very vocal about. We got loads to talk about. So yeah, I mean, so you won't be covering Doctor Who specials now. As of now, I don't know if I'll be covering the 60th anniversary. No, I don't know. I just, RTD has forgotten where he's come from. RTD forgets that without Doctor Who fans, yes, he was doing things in television before Doctor Who, and he had a bit of a rep of being a good writer. But I think it's Doctor Who that really launched him, to be quite honest with you. And I think he forgets that. And I think he forgets that people like the person that I've been talking about that went in and gave an opinion and he told to F off, grew up with his era. So for that person to be told by RTD to F off was devastating. And I am angry about it. I've been told, and fair enough, right? I don't necessarily agree with it, but because, it's someone that I do a lot of streams with on here, they don't want me to pursue it. They want me to just leave it be because they don't want any more drama, and that's fine, fair enough. But if I can't do anything about it and I can't say anything about it, well then what I will do is I'm able to control what I do here on my channel, and I'm not covering anything belong to him yet until he changes his attitude. In fairness, he should really apologise. He shouldn't be talking to fans like that. I don't care. He shouldn't be talking to anybody like that. Everybody has different opinions. You mightn't agree with it, but you don't tell them to F off. Okay? You don't. You don't. He's the adult anyway, right? He's the showrunner. He's the writer. He's the director, right? He gets criticism all the time. Now, there may have been a reason why he lashed out at that person, right? RTD could have had a bad day himself, right? Or could be under stress because he knows that this era of Doctor Who has, but it's still no excuse to tell a fan to F off, right? So, as you know yourselves, I got principles, man, right? I cannot cover this RTD era until he changes his whole attitude. And Jinx Monsoon has been in the news. I'm not even going to go into it, but I mean the stuff that interview that came out of that interview is absolutely awful, and I just can't do it anymore. Look, I've had 5 years dealing with the Jodie stands. I had 5 years, pushing back on all these lunatics because I refused to not stay silent on how bad this era was. Right? I'm not going to do it again. I shouldn't have to. You know what I mean? I should be able to enjoy Doctor Who without being preached to and stuff like that. So we'll see. But Classic Who, yeah, we will still be doing Classic Who. I was a bit hasty when I threw up my post. That's why when I retweeted it, I said, just a reminder, I will be still covering Classic Who. I want to make that clear. But I won't be covering any new Who for the time being. We'll say I'm in a group chat with a lot of people, and the mood there, let's just say, is when they're all we're all very, it's anger, I suppose, but not just anger. A lot of people seeing this coming. And, you know, I feel extra crappy because, you know, I told all you guys that RTD was going to come in and save Doctor Who. And now he could still do it. But if you look at the evidence so far, I don't know. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that. Let's get back to these grifters because, as I said, I just find it cheeky. So again, I'll ask, have you got car insurance? Because it sounds like you don't, which would mean that's a bit irresponsible, isn't it? And I mean, everybody should plan for a rainy day and keep a little bit of money aside. You shouldn't be setting up PayPals and Patreons when you've got a large channel, unless your channel's not doing as good, unless you're finally admitting that your channel's not doing well. And that's why you need to beg for money. But you've got a big channel. You've got thousands of subscribers. You don't need to be asking anybody for money. And you've already got a Patreon, and I'm assuming that you have Patreons on that already. So they're already paying you as well. But now you're on looking for more money because, you know, as I said, the timeline is you put up a photograph of yourself with all your Doctor Who merch, all proud and as punch, then announce to everybody that you were going away for the weekend, right? So you would have had to spend money for that. And then you come back on the Monday, then you're begging for money for your car. It's not a good look, man. It's not a good look. And fair enough, people will say, well, no, he didn't know that anything was going to happen in his car. But that's fair enough. But you mean to tell me he doesn't have car insurance? What damage was done to his car that car insurance can't cover it? Or does he not want to actually go through the insurance and he wants to get it fixed off a mate or something? There's something dodgy about all of this when you actually look into it. Like, his car insurance should cover that. But obviously he doesn't want to go to his insurance company because his premium will probably go up. Right? But that's what car insurance is there for. So he's probably getting some charlatan that runs a garage that's not legit to fix the bloody issue with the car. The big end might have gone. All right, well, in fairness though, you know, again, car insurance would cover that, man. No, they don't see their viewers as human beings, just faceless masses. Exactly. I mean, it's cheeky, Matt, though, isn't it? It is actually cheeky because literally they're basically, as John said when we were talking about it, it's basically them admitting that they're grifters, that they only see the audience as this cash cow, and it's absolutely sickening. Like, I have a friendship with most of you in the chat. Like, we were like some of you I talk to nearly every day, and others we will catch up and stuff like that, or I talk to you. But I'm more. You get me. You feel like I for me, you know that you're going that when you talk to me, you feel like you're talking to a person, right? And you know that I care, right? These people don't care, right? And what frustrates me is that people will defend them and say, oh, they're doing no harm, right? Just like some masked fucker who runs a star, you know who I'm talking about, right? Like, he's been grifting for years as well, right? But then all I keep hearing when I bring it up, but he's doing no harm. Leave him alone. He's doing no harm. He is. He's taking people's hard-earned cash based on lies. That's the harm he's doing. When did moral values go out the window? Seriously. That's what he's doing. Oh, Chris does be on here, Ghost Piping Fort. He does be here on Friday Night Contact now. He's obviously working over the summer, but he has been here. We have streams up if you want to go and listen to him. But he has been here and he will be back. So don't worry about that. And apparently, as far as I'm aware as well, because he did put a brand new video up on his channel a few weeks back, and then he had to, obviously his roster changed, so he had to put that on hiatus again. But he is coming back. That's what he told us here. So yeah, go and check it out. He did put up a video only a few weeks back, so if you want to go and check out his brand new video, you probably missed that. But he does be on this channel. He's a good supporter of this channel, and he's a man that's always given me advice. And ever day one since I've been on YouTube, he's been a real great help to me. And he's a friend, and he's someone that I really hold dear, is Chris. He's a good man. He gets too much negativity, too much stick. You know, he even admitted that the later videos that he was doing were to annoy the other side, but they were so dumb. They didn't realize that he was doing it to rile them up, and they were calling them all sorts. But he was only doing it to rile them up, and they all fell for it. I mean, that's how stupid they all are. It's like those that only reply to people when they pay them. Super chats fair, they pay, but will not. Yeah, I mean, I get super chats sometimes, right? As you know. Now, they do take priority if I get a super chat, but you guys know for a fact that I'll go back and I'll read your chat. Or if I've missed one, he's told me I've missed one, I'll go back and read it. I don't deliberately, you know, ignore you because people are giving me super chats. But I see that happening on a lot of other channels, right? It's their business the way they want to run their channel, right? At the end of the day, I think you should engage with all your audience, even those who can't afford to give you a super chat. At the end of the day, they're giving their time, they've subscribed to your channel, and they listen to you nearly every night. That's good enough for me. So, you know, some people have different ways of doing things, I suppose, Matt. But you know me. I've tried to be fair to everybody on this channel and try to give everybody as much as I can a voice on this channel. And as you know as well, you know, when I first started off, I was bringing on channel after channel after channel and supporting other YouTube creators out there, you know, and then most of them stabbed me in the back, but that happens, you know. I had to learn very quickly that happens, that people just use people to get ahead in the game. And that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You know, at the end of the day, that used to get to me. I'm not gonna lie. But it's just the way it is on YouTube and the way these people do it. And as I said, it's not just affecting the Doctor Who fandom. It happens in every fandom, even the Manchester United fandom. I mean, it's everywhere. There's loads of grifters. All I would just say to people is, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, but my advice to you guys is if you have a favorite YouTuber, someone you like listening to, and you know that they're genuine and stuff like that, they're the YouTubers you should be seeking out, and they're the YouTubers you should be supporting. Not all of these dishonest grifters that only put up videos as well and live streams just to get a reaction out of the fandom. Everything is reactionary, and they do a lot of reactionary streams. And I used to do that myself back in the early days. But, you know, as I said, you know, we changed things on here. I didn't want to be like the rest of them. Listen, if I had a grift at the last 5 years, right, I wouldn't be sitting on 2,000 subscribers. I'd probably be on 10,000 subscribers or something, right? Because grifting on YouTube actually works. Clickbait thumbnails on YouTube actually work. The problem is that all of those things are against YouTube's terms of service, but none of the YouTubers actually read the terms of service. You just click and move on. But a lot of those channels out there that do the clickbaity thumbnails, sure, you could report them if you wanted to. There's no point, because, like, you know, everybody is doing it on YouTube. See, as I said, even in the Manchester United, they all do it. Right? It's all click, but it's against YouTube's terms of service. YouTube don't actually enforce it. Actually, I'll rephrase that. YouTube don't enforce it if they're a big channel and they're making YouTube some money. YouTube enforces it if you're a small channel and you're not making YouTube money. The gamers are the worst type, Matt. You're absolutely right. And I'm going to say this. You know what? You know who's worse? These gamer girls, right? Now, I have a PlayStation, and I play with some women online. I play even with a couple of couples as well. And they're great gamers, and it's all about the game. But you look at all of these girl gamers on Twitch and not YouTube as much anymore, but Twitch, and now there's another one called Kick and all of this, right? Right, so when they come on the screen, they're half naked, they've got their big earphones on, they've got the chair pushed back enough so the camera can see all of their body, and then they're sitting there pretending to play a game while they're interacting with the audience, and then they see a negative comment, play the victim, and then when they play the I'm upset, then all of these pathetic blokes that think that they have a chance with this girl start sending her money, right? And it's a grift. And I've noticed that on Twitter as well. I've noticed this new phenomenon on Twitter since Elon Musk has took over. You'll have all of these stunning looking women put photographs up of themselves in seductive poses and all of this, and maybe in bikinis or they'll show a little bit of their underwear or whatever, right? And then someone will go in, right? They'll get mostly positive comments. Oh, you're sexy, babe, and all of this crap, right? And then one person, one bloke, right? It only takes one bloke, and one bloke will go in. Oh, why are you treating yourself like that for? Why don't you treat yourself with a little bit of respect and cover up or something like that, right? They'll retweet that tweet, right? And they'll say, oh, no, he's adoring me, film, right? And then, like, about an hour later, oh, here's me OnlyFans. Here's me OnlyFans. You want to help me out? I'm feeling depressed. Here's me OnlyFans. I've noticed, man, right? Under Elon Musk, Twitter has gotten worse for OnlyFans, right? Everywhere you go, right? Seriously, it's on your news feed because people don't realize. So I just want to say to some of my followers on Null Zone, I know what you are looking at, you dirty little feckers, right? Because it comes up on my news feed. And the only reason why I'm seeing this is because some of you are following these people, right? Which is okay. I'm not saying that about it, but as I said, it's full of these women who give women a bad name, by the way. You know, they're grifters. None of these women, right? And I'll say it out straight. They don't want to go out and get a proper job, right? We live in a society where a girl can set up an OnlyFans and overnight she can make 10 grand, right? There was a story there that was floating out on Twitter about 2 years ago of this girl. She set up an OnlyFans. She was about 19 or 20 or something. And this man paid 50 grand to go and travel to meet her, to give her a hug. And then she puts up on her private page, oh, look at babe, easy 50, let's go on that holiday. Your poor man, right, who unfortunately was obese and looked like he needed to get a bit of exercise, was duped out of 50 fucking grand. And then, do you know what society is bashing us? Society is bashing us men. Yeah? We're the ones that have been getting over the last couple of years especially, right? We're the ones that are getting bashed. And yet nobody bats an eyelid when all of these women are doing this and exploiting the audience for cash. OnlyFans, in my opinion, is the same as that word that begins with P, right? I can't say on YouTube, but that's what I see them as. They sell their bodies for money, right? There's no difference with doing it online than there is out in the streets. Yeah, he did get his hug, but come here for a minute, right? I don't care if you're the most beautiful woman in the world, right? I'm not paying no woman, right? End the fucking story, right? I'm sorry, but you're not worth that, right? And how about have a little bit of self-respect for yourself? $50,000 for a hug, right? Let's see what Ezra is asking. This Ballstrick has a new video on his channel. He did one video, yeah, he put one video up. You always give a lot of yourself. No, thanks, Peter. Imagine turning on people who help make you. LOL. Exactly, Cinnamon. I think gamers are the worst type, as Matt said there. We got James Dawson in the chat there. Welcome. Cosplay, victim, grifters. They're all at it, man. They're all at it. But that's the society that we have deemed acceptable today, right? No wonder society is breaking down and there's lunatics running it, right? Right? Think about it this way, right? And I'm just using it as an example. An only girl, woman, whatever they call themselves, right, will make more money in a year than someone who works for the fire brigade, right? Some OnlyFans girls make more money than our leader in our country, our Taoiseach. They make more money in a year than he does. Well, the money that we know about, because they're all dodgy in Ireland. So we, you know. But you know, get what I'm saying? That's the society that we live in. And then on top of that, you've got all of these reality TV shows as well, right? That put all of these useless nobodies on an island, right? And oh, I love you. And then the level of conversation is about which toothpaste you used or something. Why don't women and men, and I say this to men as well, why don't you value yourselves a bit more? Yous are worth more than yous are selling yourselves out to be. Yous are. Stop this nonsense. All of you desperate men out there, yous don't need to be going to these girls and giving yous a hard-earned cash away. Go out there, buy yourself a lovely fucking suit, snazzy fucking suit, and get out there. And meet yourself a real woman. A woman that's not going to use you for your money. Right? And for you women as well. You know what I mean? Have fucking hell, man. Value yourselves more. Right? You don't need to be on OnlyFans. Value yourselves more. You're worth more than what you are doing. It's absolutely ridiculous. What happened, Jis? What happened? Why have we raised a generation, or there's a generation out there that have such low self-esteem and low opinions of themselves that they do this kind of stuff? And then we see it every day on Twitter. We have, oh, I can't get a date, and she's a stunner. And then you read the first paragraphs of the interview, and then you know, oh, I'm OnlyFans. That's why. Right? Listen. OnlyFans girls are a bit of fun, right? They're I would call it maybe softcore P, right? Whatever you want to call it, right? But nobody's going to value you. These blokes will give you your money, but you're not marriage material. They're not going to marry you. It's not going to work. It'll never work. Because you don't value yourself, right? You don't value yourself. And men don't want women like that. You wonder why you don't get into relationships. I'm sorry, but no man is comfortable with having their girlfriend or their wife to be on camera flashing their bits around for money. So that's why you can't get a bloke. And as for the blokes, you know, I mean, come on. When did you all lose your fucking manhood? See a grift when you fucking see one. Peter says, honesty is rare, but today, rare today. But if you find it, enjoy it. Exactly, enjoy. Now, no, I've seen a couple of your follows too. Yeah, I follow. No, listen, I'm not gonna listen. I follow. Yeah, of course I do. There's a couple of women that I follow, right? That are Man United fans who happen to be OnlyFans girls and stuff like that. You know what I mean? All I'm just saying, but I'm just saying they should value themselves more. But like, I mean, I can't help whoever posts on their yoke. I'm just saying, for blokes out there that deliberately go and follow all of these girls and stuff like that. But I love that comment. Everybody be checking me followers now and calling me out. I don't give a shit, man. I follow people that I follow, and sometimes someone will follow me and I'll just follow them back. So I don't really care. I'm not the one that's giving these people the money. I'm a married man. I don't need to pay for any of that. I want a hug, but I'm not paying 50 grand. I know, man. I know. There's things today where you can go hugging clubs and all of this, pajama parties and all of that rubbish if you want a hug. Twitch actively promotes women doing this. A man gets banned for 3 months for spamming someone's chat, but a woman has full-blown S on it and only gets a ban for 7 days. Exactly. So I see a couple of emojis here. I don't know if this is aimed at me, but I mean, you could say if it is, fair enough. But I mean, that's just my opinion, you know. But look, the end of the day, you know, as I said, it's full of grifting, and they're all at it. It's everybody. It's blokes as well, women, the whole lot. It happens. Jesus, I wish I had a thought of that 20 years ago, man. I wish this all had been around 20 years ago, because to tell you, I wouldn't be sitting vacant. I'd be sitting on my private island right now. Seriously, man, the money that he make. I mean, there was a fella that's moved from Twitch. Oh no, he's on Twitch, but he's went to Kick, and I think he was offered, what was it? Was 100 million or something he was given? 100 million, right? And then I was reading the comments and someone says, "Oh, this is well deserved," and I'm like, "How is it well deserved? He's an idiot that plays games on camera. How is someone that plays games on camera worth 100 million? You know, I tell you one thing about this society, though, folks. This is probably the easiest this is the easiest decade to make money. Seriously, man. You don't literally have to have a talent anymore. You could be as dumb as a feckin' elephant, right? And you can make bags of cash. Do you remember you used to have brains to go and make money. But you don't. I mean, look at the Kardashians. Not a brain between the whole lot of them. And yet they're billionaires. Right? Billionaires. Is there an only who site? Me and Cheryl were actually having a whole, because me and Cheryl do talk about these things, you know, because Cheryl sees all the, because I don't hide anything from Cheryl, right? Cheryl sees all of the fucking requests that I get from all of these OnlyFans. I show her, because that's how honest me and Cheryl's marriage is, right? I show her everything. She knows who I follow as well, so this is why I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? But we were having this conversation. It's actually a funny one, because, you know, she worked hard all her life, you know, went to college, became a teacher. She had to really graft. And then because of health, then she had to retire earlier than she ever wanted to. And she was devastated. But she had to grift. She had to really work hard, right, to get where she was. You don't have to work hard anymore, as I said. You could be the dumbest motherfucker living on the planet, and you will be able to make money. And as I said, me and Cheryl were talking about this, and we said, oh, we should set up an OnlyPause. You know, just have photographs of Ted. Nothing discussed, just photographs of Ted. OnlyPause. I thought it was funny. Let me see. Who else have we got? Thank you for calling this shit out. You're the real hero. I wouldn't say, I just call it out because it's bull, right? And I see what I see. And unlike most of YouTubers out there, they won't cover this because they do it themselves. You know, they grift, and, you know, grifting is going on everywhere, right? It doesn't matter where you are on social media. If you can exploit a situation to make cash, that's what they'll do. And it's sad, really. It's sad, you know. I try to be as honest here as I can be. Give me opinions on pop culture and whatever else we talk about. You know, there is no hidden agenda. I get accused of agendas on this channel. There is no hidden agenda. There never will be, because I'm not about agendas. I call it as I see it. Some people don't like that. You know, some people think that I'm too straightforward and I should reel it in a little bit. But I can't. I'm not built that way. So I'm not going to. Right? It goes against everything that makes me me. Right? And that's it. At the end of the day, right, the day you stop being yourself is the day that you should be really, really disappointed in yourself. You should always stay true to yourself. Some of these grifters that we know in our community are definitely not being themselves and have been either sitting on the fence or basically attacking me and others to gain brownie points off the other side. Oh, it's all right. This person's all right now because they're calling out no zone, even though that person has the exact same views as me. But you see, it's the way it is now. Wasn't there a porn star in the new Little Mermaid movie? Yeah, Disney are in trouble over that as well. I mean, it's Disney is in hot water. We will be talking about Disney, by the way, on Friday Night Contact. Yes, he was a Merman extra. Oh, we got Michelle Hamilton in the chat. Nice to see Michelle. Michelle's on Twitter there, guys. and what you call it, shit, as we say on this channel, one of the good ones. I don't see a problem with people earning money through gaming and such, but the way e-girls take advantage of lonely men is what is wrong. I agree with you. I agree. Listen, as I said, I want to make this clear. I play games. I play games with girls, not women, I should say. We say girls, but you know what I mean. Gamer girls. They call themselves gamer girls anyway, right? I play games with couples as well, right? And obviously I play games with the lads, right? But I have a mixed group of people that I've followed over the years that I play games with in certain games. So, for example, with the girls, we'll play a bit of Fortnite, and the couple, I'll play a bit of Fortnite with them. And then with the lads, then it's either FIFA or a bit of Call of Duty, but I don't play Call of Duty anymore because they're a bunch of fucking you-know-whats. So I'm done with Call of Duty now. But, you know, I play with a lot, but that is the main issue, is the fact that, you know, some of them exploit their audience, and they know that they're lonely, and that's the point. They know that they're lonely, and they play up on it. And then when they don't get their way, by the way, they manufacture drama. And this is what I say, this is why they put up photographs of themselves, and they hope that they get a negative comment, because that's the comment they will hone in on. And then what they do is they'll retweet, or wherever platform they're on, they let the audience know, oh, look at what this person is saying about me. I'm not feeling great right now. Oh, here's a link to me OnlyFans. Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you're watching, don't watch. At the end, we do live in a free society, don't we? You could watch whatever you want to watch within reason, I suppose. No, not suppose, but within reason. But the bottom line is that, you know, we are living in a morally corrupt society today. You just look at what's going on in our society as a whole. It's not just all of this nonsense. It's all of the other stuff that's going on with women, with children, with society, as I said, with society as a whole. I don't know what's happened. I really don't. I woke up one day and it just felt like the world had completely changed. They talk about this Mandela effect thing. Maybe I was living through a Mandela effect for over 30 bloody years or whatever, because I didn't see society going this way, and I don't think a lot of people saw society going this way. We were making great strides, man. We still had our problems in societies, right? And we still had shit going on in the world. But 7-8 years ago, we were in a much better place than we are today. I just don't get it. And then you've got the ones, obviously, there's been a few, and they've been called out for it, but a few female grifters accusing their husbands or their boyfriends into forcing them into do something, and then it turns out it's bull crap, and it was only, you know, because some of these, see, isn't it actually, it's actually very weird, isn't it? When the attention starts to wane with some of these, and it's not all gamer girls, by the way, it's just a small minority of them that exploit people. But you always notice when their popularity has waned a little bit, they'll do something drastic. And they always end up in that industry, that P industry, right? You know what industry I'm talking about, right? Exactly, Matt. Can't mention the name here, but you've mentioned it in the chat, so that's okay. But again, you know, lying to the audience, and then they join this new kick thing. And what's the first stream that they put up? Her and two other girls in bikinis having a shower. And then these are the same girls then that will come out and say, oh, all of these men are objectifying me. It's disgusting. Men are evil. You know what I mean? And then people will fall for it. Oh, leave her alone. All this. She says that she's been objectified. Yes, she's objectifying herself for cash. How about as people say in the chat, respect yourself? You know, do you value yourself so low that you've got to do that for attention? This is the same girl that goes up, would you rather me or a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox, whatever it was, X, Series X or whatever? I'd rather have the PlayStation 5, thanks very much. Why would I want to go near anyone that lies like that? And, you know, again, you know, cop onto yourself and treat yourself with a bit more value. John Michael Fink, have respect for yourself. The Mind Monkey says disgusting. My friend worked with her and had a huge backlash, says Matt Pa. She got no leg to stand on. She made herself a neat object, yet cries when people notice. Exactly. Exactly. If you want men to stop objectifying you, well, then stop deliberately putting up videos that do objectify you. Right? If you want men to treat you with respect, well, then learn to respect yourself first. Right? As I said, no man, right? And this is why these girls moan, oh, well, I can't get a bloke. You'll never get a bloke, right? Because you don't respect yourself. So why would a man respect you? He's going to treat you the way you treat yourself. And if you don't treat yourself with respect and all of that, he's not going to treat you with respect. He's going to treat you like an object because you see yourself as an object, right? If you want a man, then you start treating yourself with respect and demanding more, demanding that people, well, you don't demand respect, you earn respect, of course. But, you know, if you want to be treated differently, well, then start, you know, treating yourself with a bit more respect. Have a bit more value in you as a person. And then maybe maybe some guy will come along and say, wow, she's beautiful. I'd like to get to know this woman. But then if you're, you know, but then if you go meet a girl and the first thing she said, oh, by the way, I just want to let you know, I'm on OnlyFans now, right? But like, you have a problem with that, like, you know what I mean? I saw a video of this bloke, you know, his missus waited for him every day at the door, right? So while he was off working or doing college or whatever it was, she was doing OnlyFans, right? And he knew, right? But it obviously got a bit much and he went out and he cheated on her, right? And she wonders why she was cheated on, right? It's because you were on OnlyFans. No bloke. See, this is what you women don't understand. No, when they're with a girl, they don't want to see their girl, you know, shown off her bits or private bits on camera, right? That's supposed to be between you and your partner, the one you want to be with, right? I'm not saying you should live your life and cover up and stuff like that. You know, nobody's saying you can't wear sexy clothes and all of that other stuff. But if he's off working and you're there on camera and you're messing with yourself on camera to make money for other blokes and other blokes are watching, right? I'm sorry, but no sane man is going to be okay with that. And that's the problem that you have. You think that us men should just accept that this is the new society now. We've got to accept it. But they're never going to accept it. Because after all the bollocks of all of the men, the way they go on, right? I'll tell you a little secret, right? This is what men love in women, right? It's not even about looks and all of that. Men like a woman who respects themselves, right? And men like women that they can have intelligent conversation with, right? It's not all about looks for some blokes. For most blokes, it's not actually. You know, in their younger days, yeah, they chase whatever they chase and all of that. But when it comes down to the crunch of settling down with someone, right? men look for certain criteria, right? And being on OnlyFans, trust me, is not one of those. And then you have these women saying as well, you know, well, I'm a single mother, you know, and, you know, if you want to be with me, you know, you've got to look after 5 other kids for 5 different fathers. You're not getting a bloke either. I mean, you know, society is just morally gone. It's morally bankrupt. Morals have gone out the window. My generation and maybe your parents' generation are probably, and there is a few within this new generation that do have moral beliefs and stuff like that. But it's a shame where we've come from, because we were actually doing all right as a society. Now you've got the media and the governments pitting us up against each other, race against race, and if it's not race against race, then it's men up against women, and all of this nonsense. They're pitting us against each other. Let's see what other comments we've got. PS5s are awesome. Yeah, I can't afford one at the moment, but when I do, I will get one. PS5 has no games now, and that's another reason why I'm waiting as well. You know, I always wait until those consoles have games that have built up before I start buying. PS5 will provide entertainment for years to come. My friend treats it more like a business. Their mental health in years to come will bite them back, sadly. But a lot of these people do suffer from mental health and low self-esteem. And this is why they do what they do. You mean polyamorous relationships? Yuck. I'd be embarrassed if my partner did it. Everyone going, ha, ha, ha. Look at Cinnamon's girlfriend on this website. Exactly, man. Polyamorous relationships is just cheating without the paperwork. Oh, absolutely true. No, anything goes. I know, man. It's honestly insane, says Mind Monkey. I always thought as a kid things would get better. A whole new beautiful world. Hello today. And that's the thing. That's the thing. This radical left has set us back decades, man. Right? Listen to this. In the 1950s, right, they used to segregate black and whites in America. Right? They're talking about that today, but they framed it a different way. Oh, the black African Americans deserve their own safe space. Did you ask them if they wanted to be segregated again? That's the point. If you read what the radical left are all about, you know, I think they got their inspiration from the Germans, the early 1930s, man, with all of this stuff. They've just worded it a different way, framed it a different way. Right? Inclusion, proper inclusion doesn't mean segregating people, you bloody idiots. Right? Inclusion means getting everybody together. You don't have separate dormitories and separate safe spaces. Right? We all intermingle, we all interact. That's proper inclusion, that's proper diversity. But seriously, we've gone backwards, man. We haven't got a PS5 either, says Lindsay. Yeah, they're just too expensive, man. They always are when they come out at first. I'll eventually get one, but by the time I probably get it this time, they'll probably release the PlayStation Bleeding 6. It's ridiculous that they haven't really come down in price, the PlayStation 5. Whereas the PlayStation 4 did, but the PlayStation 5 doesn't seem to be going anywhere in price. I'm fortunate to own both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and the Game Pass for Xbox is incredible value for money, paying 10 quid a month to play a huge library of games and newly released ones. Once a PS5 Pro or Slim comes out, the main one will drop in price. Yeah, well, that's what usually happens, because I got the Slim PS1, I got the Slim PS2, but I was having issues with them. So then when I went PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, I just got the original models. And I still have my PlayStation 3 and it still works, and I have a catalogue of games on that. I just don't have a PS3 controller anymore, which I will get my hands on, but that still works, and I still have my games, and I have my PS4. I still only have my PS2. Yeah, man, I'm actually peed off that I got rid of mine. I'm peed. I should have kept them. Even me PlayStation. There was nothing wrong with me PlayStation 1 either, man. I should have kept them all. It's the biggest regret that I actually have, that I never kept them. Listen, PS3 is still the best. It's still the best console that they made, in my opinion. PlayStation. I loved it. And I think it is the most successful, isn't it? If I'm correct. Lindsay says, yes, I agree. PS6 will be up before we get one too. Exactly. But I won't do what these idiots do and come on here and say, this is the TARDIS zone. For 1 month, you can help this man get a PS5. By giving 20 cents a day, you can help Noel live his dream of getting a PlayStation 5. I have a Nintendo PlayStation early models and about 10 games. Love them, says Peter Harrington. Yeah, I have a retro Nintendo, Super Nintendo thing there that plays all of the games. I have Mario, Super Mario, Mario 3, not Alex the Kid, because that's on Bleeding Me Sega one. But I've got all the Nintendo games that they had, all really old though, I have to say. Some of them I just can't even play now because they're that bad. But there's some games that I still love on it. We still have the old Game Boy. I love the old Game Boy back in the day. PS2 is the most successful. Yeah, it was PS2. You're right. It wasn't PS3. But PS3 did shift a lot. I do like I think PS3 was the best one though for me personally. Resident Evil 2 and Red Alert I still love. Yeah, I used to love playing Resident Evil, the old Resident Evils. Beggars for a PS5 now. You could get sponsored by Shaving Cream Company now. None of these companies would sponsor this channel. Are you joking? And anyway, I feel again this whole sponsorship. I know it's a thing on YouTube, and a lot of YouTubers do it. And I'm not going to actually knock that, because it is actually a good idea if you want to sponsor a YouTube channel like these businesses do. And I think it is good, right? But what I find is then when these channels do get sponsorship, it's just like, they don't really care about the product that they're flogging. And for me, I would have to, if I was being sponsored by someone, it would have to be a product that I actually love myself and that I'd be proud to promote. It's hardest times in the chat, hey, no? Have you thought about moving into the PC market? I have a couple of mates that play their games on PC. They've been telling me for years that I should. But again, that'd be like me starting from scratch again, and I'd have to, I'm not, when it comes to technology, I wouldn't know what kind of PC to get, what kind of hard drives and all of this system. Even talking about it now, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But, I'm not good with, ask anybody in this chat, when it comes to technology, mate, I am absolutely awful. And I mean god awful, man. So me getting a PC, I wouldn't know the first thing to do with it, man. I can hardly run me bleeding Chromebook. TARDIS Time says it's a disgrace that they think they can beg for money when they go around bullying and harassing people online because they have different opinions to them. And that's the whole thing, getting back to this grifting in the Doctor Who fandom, because TARDIS Time has brought it right back to it. Yeah, but you're right. And that's why I decided to do this, because the two people in question, which I haven't mentioned on this stream because I refuse to, because they will actually play the victim and go and get their followers to try and report the channel. The fact that I've kept their names out, they could do jack shit. But these two particular people, that's the thing. One of them in particular, though, gets freebies and covers Doctor Who and gets freebies from Big Finish and stuff, right? Then goes away on a weekend holiday after putting up a photograph, say, oh, look at all my new merch that I got. Right, goes away on holiday, comes back, then something happens to their car. Well, use your car insurance to pay for it, but it sounds like to me that you don't want to go through your insurance, so you're asking your followers, your subscribers, the people that are already giving their time and their effort and already probably give their money, now you're asking for more. Right? You're just like Oliver fucking Twist. Sit down. You don't deserve more, you little runt. Right? You make enough money with the subscribers that you have compared, because I can kind of compare it a little bit, right? Because I know how many subscribers I have. I just have to multiply what I get a month to what you'd estimate to what you're getting. You don't need to be asking people for money on YouTube alone. And yet, if you do live streams, you probably get super chats and you have memberships as well, right? You don't need to be asking anybody to pay for your car. You pay for your own car yourself. Right? Or get your insurance. But as I said, I think you don't want to go through your insurance. Right? So to me, smells fishy, smells dirty. Fucking cheeky. Bloody cheek, you do. You have an actual cheek. Those YouTubers promote hatred. Why would I want to fund that? Exactly, TARDIS Time. I mean, I get accused of being hateful here. No, I'm just a very opinionated person, right? I've said what I've said over the years, and I've been correct about the TV show. I've been correct about Jodie Whittaker, Chris Chibnall, the way the fans have treated other fans in this fandom, right? I've been right about it all. Do I regret anything that I said? No, absolutely not, and I never will, right? Jodie Whittaker was a crap actress. End of story. Chris Chibnall was over his head. End of story. Right? Don't care if that upsets people still to this day. That's the fact of the matter, right? The fact of the matter is RTD wouldn't even be back if Chris Chibnall had done a good job, right? He'd still be in a job, right? He'd still be in a job. Jodie would probably be gone, and if Chris had done a good job, he probably would have stayed with another doctor, but he didn't, okay? He's gone because he was crap. They launched a 5-year lie campaign against you, Noel, and others because they didn't like hearing the truth. Exactly, and this is why I'm calling out, because the very same people now are begging for money. And one of them has admitted to a gambling problem and has set up this link and wants people to help them to get to Galley 1, right? Now, it's probably, I think Galley 1 is already gone, but the fact that you don't give, trust me, you do not give money to someone that has a gambling addiction, right? That's not going to help the situation. Has this person actually gone to get help? Have they told their viewers and their subscribers? Have they actually gone to get help? Have they gone to seek counseling for it? Because if they haven't, trust me, anybody that's a gambler that's saying, oh, they've gotten over it, they deleted all the apps and all of this and that, and we're grand, it's a lie. Because it's an addiction. And as I said, I've had family members, I've watched uncles and cousins, right, with addictions, including gambling. And trust me, they will lie through their teeth. All right? And then the other one is just an absolute unbelievable charlatan. He's got one of the biggest Doctor Who YouTube channels out there, and he's begging for money. Yeah, they do. But then I remember them new Big Finish stories coming out, and he said, oh, don't send me that because the writer's transphobic. Like he's in a privileged position. Oh, I'm not gonna cover this because the writer's transphobic. Because the person basically said there are two sexes. Right? That's controversial nowadays, folks. Remember, you can't say that now. You know, that's controversial. You know, we live in a world where, like, you know, we're the only mammals on the planet that can actually, you know, have more than two sexes. Makes absolutely no sense, but like they don't. There's no common sense or no talking to these people. Who should fund anyone fund that? Why should anyone fund that? John Michael Fink, have a great week. God bless. Matt says, I know someone who was in dire straits with their rent, put out a GoFundMe, made thousands, and then went on holiday to the US for a month. Exactly, it's a grift. It's a grift. It's grift. And they always say there's something wrong with their house or there's a roof leaking or some mad nonsense like that. But they never show you receipts for when the work is done. Say, here, this is what your money paid for. Thank you very much, everybody. And this is what the rest of the money went to. Good point, Matt. I don't think you're hateful. I think you just give these people too much attention. Well, that's why I'm not mentioning their names, but I had to bring this up because, you know, I'm not going to sit back and let these people exploit people in the fandom when they've been treating most people like crap because they didn't agree with their opinion. And I'll always speak up and defend fans and try and warn fans what's going on in this fandom. And I'll never stop that. You know, they could play the victim all they want. They ain't victims. They never will be. We do live in a society anyway where it seems to be the mentality to play the victim, but it doesn't wash with me. And it never has washed with me. Right? You can play the victim all you want. If I think you're in the wrong, I'm gonna be as relentless as I am, and I don't care how much you tell people you're a victim. Right? I don't believe you. But most of the people that back me know that you're not a victim. So that's why I do it, mate. You know, I do it because fandom deserve to know what kind of people are in this fandom and what they're capable of doing. Hold on, the missus is asking me if I want that from the city centre. So I've told her to pick up a couple of donuts because I haven't had a fucking donut in about 3 years or something. And do you ever get, I don't know if craving is the right word, but do you ever get a hankering for something and you just have to have something? Yeah, I'm just dying for a bleeding donut or something. That guy always lies, so I wouldn't put it past him to lie about his car. Sorry, but that bloke has been a proven liar multiple times. I don't trust or believe him. That's why I'm warning fans, don't give him any money. As I said, if you actually want to give us our money to anybody, as I said, go out and seek those YouTubers that's opinions you value on and people that you would actually trust. But there's very few nowadays, you know. Opinionated and outspoken isn't hateful when these people learn we criticize because we care, says Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and that's absolutely spot on as well. It's like that guy in America called Alex Patterson. He's a big Doctor Who fan and has people sending him Doctor Who items for free to build his collection, steelbooks, Funko Pops, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I've been sent some stuff from subscribers. And, you know, I've been sent stuff and then they've said, oh, I've already sent it, like, but I'm just letting you know I've sent it. And I'm like, you know, but you know, when I get them, I'm grateful and stuff like that. But it's not something that you know what I'm like. I get very embarrassed by stuff like that. I do be very grateful, and I always will be grateful. I've got a lovely bunch of people here who support and follow me, you know. Giving money to a person with a gambling addiction, where is the logic in that? Exactly. I don't think anybody should give that person money until they find out whether this person has sought help for their addiction. And I'm not saying this out of malice or out of hatred because I've had run-ins with this person. I'm saying it out of genuine and real concern because I see what addiction does to people, and it's an awful thing. And that person in question needs help. And the worst thing that anybody could do is give that person what they most crave, right? It's like you wouldn't give an alcoholic, you wouldn't be going out buying an alcoholic drink now if you were a sensible person and you cared. See, none of these people that this guy has around them actually really care. He thinks they do, but they don't. I can guarantee you one thing. If things hadn't turned out the way they turned out between us, he wouldn't have went down this path, because as soon as I had heard, I would have put him on the straight and narrow and helped him. So, you know, this guy says I have a vendetta. I don't actually. You know, what's happened between us two is gone. It's done. It's been done. But I'm not going to stay silent and watch you potentially destroy yourself, because, you know, I do have a heart. No matter what you say to other people, I do have a heart, and even though things ended badly, I don't want that to happen to you. And I hope you have gotten help for it. Of course, I don't know if you have, but I hope you have. Because it's horrible to have an addiction. I love how Big Finish basically said F you to those fans complaining. The people who get offended by that nonsense have too much time online and are in for a rude awakening once they reach the real world. And Stephen the Pub doesn't care about their pronouns. Exactly. Sorry, Noel, but this is really peed off. It's a scam. Bullying should not be rewarded. I know. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, man. We got Gobby Guy in the chat. If you haven't checked out Gobby Guy's streams, go and check them out, because they're actually very good, man. Gobby is putting out some incredible content. Well, he's always put out some incredible content, but I have to say lately the content has been absolutely superb. So if you haven't checked out his latest streams and the streams that he's done in the last few weeks, I would advise you to go and subscribe to his channel. His subscribers have jumped again, but go and subscribe to his channel, because he's on fire right now, is what I would say. And some YouTubers go through a purple patch like that. And I would say Gobby has gone through his purple patch right now. He is hitting the nail on the head every time and has done some great streams. So go and check out Gobby Guy's channel, folks. You know what? Oh, the Kinder. I know, man. Listen, I used to love those little hippos. Oh, man. I love Kinder chocolate. I used to, even now, if I see a Kinder egg, I'll pick it up just for the laugh, you know. They're banned in America, Kinder eggs, but we could still get them here. But I love them. Let's see what the wife is saying. I bet you she's already on the bus and I've missed my opportunity because I didn't write back straight away. Watch. I've missed out me donuts, I bet you. Hold on. It's too late, I told you. I missed out me donuts. I don't know. Oh, a bottle of Prime. That's that bleeding, what's his face's drink, yeah. I haven't had a donut in a while. Neither have I, and I'm not getting one now. I'm finally on the bus home, and okay. I'm devastated. No donut for me. Ted, could you get away from the window? Because I know what's going to happen. There's your mammy. I'm only messing. It's not your mammy. There's a difference between gifting and grifting, and that's the thing. That's the thing, Gobby. You know, people have sent me stuff. I'm not going to sit here and say they haven't, but they were gifts, and you know what I mean? I never, and it was only after they were delivered. They asked me for my address. I should have copped on anyway as soon as they asked me for my address, but asked for my address and then like literally tell me, oh, it's already being sent. Like you'll get it probably tomorrow, and it's too late. And then I'm like, look, seriously, and I do even say to them, you know, like seriously, I really appreciate this, but you know, you supporting the channel, sharing my videos is enough for me anyway. It is, you know, and there's memberships there as well. If people, you know, they could do that as well. As I said, you know, I'm not actually going out there and saying here's a PayPal, help me out there. No, off topic-ish. Any plans for our podcast in the future with Gobby? Love it when you two are on stream. I know we haven't done one in a while because I did enjoy the last one we did. I think the two of us were pretty much on fire then, weren't we? Yeah, me and Gobby do plan to do streams. We've said it before publicly here. But what happens is Gobby right now has his thing going. He's got his gaming going. And as I said, he's putting out some incredible content, and he's doing streams with John the White and all of that. You know, we'll have to try fit in a day where the two of us are not streaming because the both of us are extremely busy. And on top of that, Gobby is working as well. So, yeah, he knows where I stand. He knows that I'd love to do more streams with him, but it's getting the time to do those streams with him is the issue. It's not that we don't want to. It's not that we don't want to stream with each other. Of course we do. Yes, I am. Yeah, yes, you are in a purple patch. You're doing very well. I have to say, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. See, this is me. I love, seriously, it genuinely fills my heart with joy when I see people like Gobby Guy who started from scratch and have built up their channel again and have been as successful as they have been. And it's absolutely well deserved. And that's why I'm delighted. And you know, me and Gobby have had, me and Gobby always haven't seen eye to eye over these last few years, especially during the Jody era. But we buried the hatchet. We were adults about it. But we've always got on. That's the thing. We just, you know, I said some things over the 5 years. I've said it. I may have, you know, crossed the line a couple of times. We all do. But and he called it out, and rightly so. You know, he was trying to help me by putting me back in check, and sometimes I do need to be put back in check, as you know. But yeah, man, me and Gobby will get that sorted. Don't you guys worry. And there'll be plenty for us to talk about anyway, because we don't always have, as I said, we won't be covering New Who, so we won't have to talk. We can talk about other stuff. Does this prove that their subscribers are bots? Then surely they should be making more money. Well, that's the thing that opens up as well, Tara, this time. And I'm glad you brought that up. It'd be very interesting to see if any of these YouTubers in question have bought their subscribers, because one particular channel grew. They had, when they were on this channel, I think they had more subscribers than me, but not by much. And then as soon as they left, then all of a sudden their channel just blew up completely, right? Just out of the blue. Now, whether that was because of the people he had associated with and they all helped them get the channel up that size. But yeah, I would actually question that, because if they have bought their subscribers, by the way, you do know that that's against YouTube's terms of services and they can actually lose their channel. We got a few comments there. Gobby on a roll. Stop tempting fate, he says. Yeah, we better stop just in case I've ruined these purple patches. Ted, it's only another human, right? It's only another human walking by the window. Stop that. Get away from the window. Hey, come here. Come here to me. Come here to me. It's okay, buddy. Come on. Yeah. Stop that. Okay, your mummy's on her way home. Right, with no donuts. I'm devastated. Anyway, let's forget about the donuts now. We can have a cry soon. Look, everybody's putting in the pictures of donuts. Stop putting in pictures of donuts. I'm 23 and still regularly get those hippos. Ha ha ha. Listen, I'm a grown man, and you never listen. You never grow out of stuff that you grew up with as a kid. Well, most of the time. There are a few things that I ate as a kid that I recently tried, and I thought, oh Jesus Christ, the amount of sugar in that. How did I even survive? Or maybe it was just everything feels like there's more sugar in it now, because maybe it was because you were a kid and you were less notice the sugar, but I don't know. But everything just seems to be more sweet to me. And there you go. Can we get a donut emoji? Jesus, will you stop, lads? I want the donut now. What you doing? And I'm not even going to get one now because she's on the bus. And I wouldn't even mind, to my own fault, because she did text me before I leave. Is there anything you want me to pick up before I leave? And I'm like, donuts. But it was like 20 minutes ago. The American guys hint for things to get people. Yeah, that's another thing as well that they do. Oh, I don't have this figure. I'll get it when I can and all of this. And then all of a sudden someone will send it to them. I know. It's a grift, man. It's a grift. I'm 24. I love those hippos. Yeah. I'm too bloody busy. Exactly. That's the point. That's the thing. That's why me and Gobby can't get together right now, is because the both of us are really busy, and Gobby is on a roll with his streams right now at the moment, and he does streams with John the White as well, as you know, Why We Love Doctor Who and all of that. So he's busy, but we will at some stage we'll organize another stream together, because we did enjoy the last one, and it's been a while since we got on, and we'll bring John the White on as well with him. And the three of us will do a stream. It's been a while since I've done a stream with John as well, so we'll sort it out. We'll get it sorted, right? It's the summer. Everybody is busy right now. We'll try get it done before everything really does get super busy. But yeah, but it's banned in the US, and no offense to any of my US subscribers, but it's banned in the US because I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what they put in the food over there. But if Americans can't understand that you only eat the outside and you can't eat the plastic, well, then there's something seriously wrong with the country. Come on. I mean, even us as kids in Ireland, we knew not to eat the plastic egg. And we got a couple of Union Jacks in the in the chat. I don't normally put these up because I'm an Irish man, but it's for Gobby, and we salute Gobby because Gobby is obviously you are retired, aren't you? Yeah, retired military. So huge respect there. Huge respect. Huge respect. You know. I'm trying to post English flags and it's coming up with this black one. Here, listen, they're trying to erase all their flags anyway. So, like, even the tricolour is being replaced by that god-awful flag that they put up every June. Can we have a collection so no one can get some donuts? What are you trying to do? Give the people that have been complaining about for the last hour and a half some ammunition. Feck's sake. Nah, I'll get me donuts the next time. It's one of those fancy donut shops, you know, that do the big huge donuts. Like they have all the like I got the Kinder Bar one. She's a Kinder Bar donut. Oh man, the thing is bleeding gorgeous. You know, the fancy donuts that you could buy, all them fancy donut shops have been shown up all over Dublin. And I wouldn't even mind. We used to have a Dunkin' Donuts in Ireland years ago, but it did so badly that Dunkin' Donuts closed down. You fast forward a couple of years later, now you got donut shops everywhere, coffee shops everywhere. It's mad, man. It's mad how we've changed over here. You know, I've always drank coffee, but it was very hard to get good coffee in Dublin. But you can get some love. Obviously, you've got your Starbuckses and your Costa coffees and all of those mainstream ones. But you know, you've got lovely little cafes and all that open up now, and bleeding lovely. Haggis is banned as well. Yeah, I love haggis. I like a bit of haggis. I'm not going to lie. It's only called the Union Jack when flown at sea. Oh, yeah, I should have remembered that from Doctor Who. Yeah. Hungry! That episode, Mr. Magpie's TVs. Jays, I hated that fucking... I'm retired. I'm too... Oh, well, here, listen, you might be coming out of retirement, man. If society keeps going the way it's gone, we're all going to have to get up off our asses and do something. And we're going to be looking to people like you to guide us, man. This keeps up, man. The whole world's gone crazy, man. I feel like we're on the edge of complete collapse, societal collapse everywhere. I do. I feel like we're on the edge. So TARDIS time is saying, oh, I'm very tempted to go and get into my car and go through the city centre traffic for some donuts now. LOL. Feck off. I'm going to get donuts because you can't have any. Yes, pricks. Oh, yous are feckers, I swear. I do love the custard ones, but you are right. I do like an ordinary custard one. And Cuisine de France used to do actually the apple ones, right? You ever try the apple ones? They're very hard to get. But the first time I tried an apple donut, oh my God, I was in heaven. They're fucking apple and donut. Apple goes with anything almost in bacon anyway. Oh, Jesus, apple donuts. Stop, man. I'm on Hello Fresh and all and eating veggie shit to stay healthy. And here I am talking about donuts. I bet you she did that deliberately, actually, and didn't go and get me donuts. Yeah, haggis is an acquired taste. But I mean, you're looking at a man that ate some cow's brain, so like, you know. I always keep me powder drops. Gotta be. Damn aliens. Yeah, well, the fake alien attack, that's going to happen. Trust me, there won't be real aliens attacking us. It'll be a fake alien attack with us all hallucinating, but it'll be the government that'll be actually killing us all, not aliens. Right, gotta pop off now. More grifting to do. I mean, grafting. That's it. We graft, they grift, Gobby. That's it. We should keep that. We should make that alone. We should actually make that something. We graft, they grift. Speaking of cows, I've heard Ireland's having a cow. Yes. I will be talking about that on Rumble, as I said. But look, I think I've made me point today on this stream about what's going on, and we've had a nice little chat after that as well. But as I said, we won't be covering any new Who for the foreseeable future, but we do have plans to do other stuff. Now, of course, we do have, I think it's Christian tomorrow, Legend of the Travelling TARDIS, and we're going to be talking about why classic movies are better than most of the movies that we get today, and that's the topic of conversation. And then on Wednesday, then we have obviously Quid Charlotte and hopefully PD Rich, because I've been away, so I have to sort that out. But Wednesday, myself, PD Rich, Quid Charlotte, and then on Friday, then we have the member stream, obviously the preview of Friday Night Contact, and then on Friday we have Friday Night Contact. And as I said, I will be streaming, doing a couple of streams, maybe one stream a week on Rumble. And then, of course, if you're a football fan and you support Manchester United, or even if you don't support Manchester United, but you are a football fan, go and check me out. Go and check me out on Noel, the Red Devil. That's my YouTube channel there. I've recently set that up along with the Rumble. So I'm now actually running 3 channels now. And as I said, on the Rumble, we'll be doing conspiracy theories, talking about the societal issues, you know, all of this other stuff that's been going on. Myself and Lee have already done a couple of streams on that. So if you want to check out my Rumble, please do. And then, as I said, I have that other channel. So I shall see you back here again tomorrow. So thank you for sticking around. I know I've been away for 2 weeks, but it was nice to have that little break. I'm not gonna lie, it gave me the opportunity then to do the other things that I wanted to do, because I've put off the United channel for actually two years now. And it's something that I'm very passionate about, because as you know, I'm a Manchester United fan, and we've even we've even actually tailored this channel around some of my matches just so I could see them. So you know, I'm very passionate about me Doctor Who, but especially Manchester United as well. So I decided to finally deep dive into that and do a couple of streams, and it's gone well, I have to say, so far. I'm actually I wasn't expecting to get any subscribers at the moment, but I have, and that's actually had to give me a little bit of a boost, because I didn't expect it, I have to be honest. This was something that I wanted to do anyway, and if people, you know me, you know, it was the same when I started the TARDIS Zone. I had 10 people watching me for nearly a year before we got anywhere, right? But it didn't matter that it was 10 people listening to me, right? It was I had 10 people that listened to me. That was the point. And those 10 people are still here to this day. So, you know, once I've got someone to interact with, I'm good. Even if it's only one bloody person, right? I'm still talking to that one person. So that's what it is for me. It's I love doing this, right? And yes, on the TARDIS Zone, I've had some difficult times and I've wanted to pack it all in, right? But I wouldn't, because I do enjoy it a lot. And I just want to say to you guys as well, now that I have you here, because it has been 2 weeks since I've been here, but I want to make it clear to you again, and make you no, not make you, but let you know that I'm not going to abandon this channel. I ain't going nowhere. The Tarda Zone is staying, right? I have me other projects that are happening, right? And it doesn't matter how big or small they get, right? My heart is always, and my beginning was always on this channel, right? And you guys are the people that are most important to me. So I'm going nowhere. The channel is staying, right? I'm not rebranding either, because some people have asked if I'm rebranding. No, I'm not going to rebrand. It's the Tarda Zone. It'll always be the Tarda Zone. And the day that I die, it'll be the Tarda Zone. Right? But this channel will be still my mate. What I'm trying to say is I don't want you thinking because I've got the other things going on that I'm going to neglect this channel. I'm not. I'm not. We're still going to do what we do each week, right? And you've got me word on that. No matter how the other things go, I'm going to be here, which is on this journey that yous all started with me. Some years, nearly 6 years ago, right? And we're going to continue this journey together and see where it leads us. But I just want to thank you all for sticking around and for not going away for the 2 weeks that I was away. It does mean a lot to me. We will be doing a lot. We will be doing more various stuff on the channel. We'll keep it fresh. I will bring Classic Coup. I'm going to talk to a few people first to see if they're on board coming onto a panel to do it, because we're going to have to change the panel up, because some of the panels that we had that used to do it with us are now busy working or doing streams on other people's channels as well, which is absolutely fantastic. But, you know, they can't drop everything because I've decided to bring Classic Who back. So we're going to freshen it up a little bit. Hopefully we can get some of the panelists back, and then we'll add some new panelists. But we will be bringing back Classic Who. I'll give you further details when I do have a word with people and I know exactly the clear plan. And we will still talk about Doctor Who. I just refuse right now to talk about anything connected to the RTD era or cover any news connected to it right now. I'm that angry at what's happened. And some people think that I won't be able to do this. You know, me haters will say I'll go back on it. I'm not going back on it. I'm not going back on this anyway. Yeah, and there are a few times that I've said I'm going to quit or I'm going to do this, that, and the other, and I went back on it. Well, you can thank me subscribers, because they have said, you know, they always convince me to do the opposite, but not this time. We've got to draw a line somewhere. If we don't, then that kind of behavior that we're seeing is then considered to be acceptable. And under my watch, it's not acceptable. So for anybody out there that thinks that I've become a soft touch and all of this, and, you know, I don't have the passion to continue doing this, these are absolutely wrong. And I tell you, there'll be more of these type of streams as well if this grift keeps going on, because, you know, as I said, people in this fandom need to know who the grifters are. And I've been saying it for years anyway, but I hope this finally opens people's eyes to what's going on. And people start, you know, moving away from those people, right? They're grifters. What I miss is seeing you also showing us your Doctor Who mug collection. Yeah, we've gotten a few new subscribers since then. Maybe it's time to revisit that. I haven't gotten any new cups yet to go with it though, but maybe I could do another video and actually, because I got a proper camera now, because remember the last time I was showing the cups off, I had the camera on the actual Chromebook, but I actually have a proper camera now. Maybe I could show off my Doctor Who mug collection again. But yeah, I have a big Tom Baker poster as well, and I'm going to be sticking up as well. I've got a couple of posters, me Dalek posters, you know, as well. So we'll sort all that out. because I hope in the coming future to be on camera a little bit more. I know I keep saying it, but I'm going to have to do it on the other channel because when you're a United fan, United fans want to see who's talking on camera. So right now I'm not on camera because I've only started off, but eventually I'm going to have to be on camera. So once I do it there, it's going to become natural to me, and then I'll end up doing it on the TARDIS. So that's it. Well, anyway, I'll let you get off and have your tea or whatever you do now. I've just realised it's 7:15, and the Republic of Ireland match is on as well now in an hour, and I have to have something to eat because I haven't had anything at all. I've literally had 4 cups of coffee while we've been here talking. So I'm going to go now because I feel like I'm bursting with energy, and I'm going to have to do a few star jumps or something. So yeah, we're back. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a great week. And don't forget, as I said, to like, share, and subscribe if you can, because it all helps. It helps the algorithm. Remember that. And that's all I'll ever ask from you guys, is to do that for me. It's just take a little bit of time to share my streams, like my streams, or even maybe leave a comment in the comment section as well. And let me know what you thought of the stream. And if you have any other topics that are happening in the fandom, actually, that you guys would like me to bring up and give me your opinion on, let me know. Okay? So, as I said, we'll leave it there. I just see we've got a comment. There's always some. Look at Giselle, which is our donuts. I'm going to seriously, man, I'm going off now to cry. Have a good one, folks. See you later. Talk soon. Bye-bye.